couldn't say what I wanted to perfectly on the first try, and it would be awkward because I was repeating it or whatever. But I wanted to just say that I'm sorry. So I've been thinking, I'm paying attention to how all this works, and I figured out the flaw with this existence. It's responding to physical occurrence rather than logical occurrence. Now, logical occurrence this is a fishy thing to say. It's a very, very interesting and flawed statement. Life exists as ideas and thoughts before it is physical. This is why children have imagination. And the reason they lose imagination is because they have to adjust to what's physically occurring. Because their imagination causes too many collisions with what's physically happening. Now, that being said, the loss of choice in physical occurrence appears to be a flaw by logical and tangible conflict. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, everything is possible, but I'm dealing with the reality by groups of limited people who believe that you have to respond to what's physically there first, and not the other way around. Because they expect a physical occurrence, something physical to justify all tangible ideas, they're always limiting themselves to the flaw that is a loss of choice in physical occurrence. And so whenever I try to make anything make sense to them, it'll always fail because they're only attached to physical occurrence rather than the logical and tangible precedent justifying it. Everything I want to do is possible. I was trying to explain why I couldn't get others to realize that, and what this little space was here that just didn't care. The space here is the physical manifestation of the conflict. That is our different ideas colliding to become this. That being said, I was wondering that with my isolation having increased my ability to accomplish things without their influence, meaning I have to make my ideas physical before they see them so that they can't contradict them by saying, wait, that's not already physically happening though. Now that I'm in such a high state of observation, I've lost that privilege. And so I must find a way to still accomplish my goals and my imagination and my reality and my heaven while being observed by people who wait on physical occurrence to justify logical and tangible precedents. You were doing it backwards this whole time. Everything I want to do is possible. Everything I want to do is happening. But you're looking at the physical conflict of colliding ideas. Which means that when I said I caught my reflection in the mirror, that means that whether you can physically see it or not, my mirror is walking around on its own. My reflection in the mirror is walking around on its own, and I'm doing my own thing in here. And we're just cool with that. And then when you come here and your physical reality, and the fact that you're even thinking about me right now is also restricting me. The fact that you even have me in your radius of response is also restricting me. Just keeps me from doing certain things. But I'm figuring out how to get around it. So, yeah. So what happened is that somebody got in trouble because they started lying. And then they just said, well, look at what's physically happening. And that fucked everything up, bro. They're gonna blame it on me? Or it might be me. Oh yeah, it might be me. I was lying a lot as a kid. Alright, fuck it might be me. Let's do it. Ow! Stop! Okay.